Is this the end? That's the question I kept asking myself when injury forced me off stage and behind the curtain for almost an entire season. It felt isolating, heartbreaking, like my fairy tale had been cut short. But what I didn't realise at the time is that not all endings are failures. Sometimes they're preparation, being comfortable with the uncomfortable, learning to face the unknown. It slowly stopped being terrifying and started becoming my training ground. And I truly believe that how we react to what feels like failure is what truly sets us up for future success. This is A Week in My Life. Good morning, everyone. If you're new around here, my name is Hannah Martin, and yes, I look a little bit tired because I was traveling the last couple of days in Kyoto and stuff. But we are now in a new destination. 2.5 weeks of constant exploration and training, rehabbing, shows, all of that has been really intense. But we are here it's Osaka, but we're kind of on the outskirts of Osaka in somewhere called Sasuke, I think. Just arrived. This is our dressing room. And I've come early. It's 9 a.m. because I want to take my own class before company class starts because I'm still rehabbing. At the moment, company class is just a little bit too fast for where my ankle's at. So I'm going to get changed and then I'm going to get straight into the studio. Apparently there's no aircon, so it's going to be hot. Let's see what this ankle can do. The studio was completely empty when I arrived that morning. There's something about walking into that quiet space before anyone else has arrived. The stillness almost feels like it's inviting you to set the tone for the day. I came in early to fit in my rehab work, and in those moments it reminded me how much of this journey is about balance. I talk a lot about letting go, about giving yourself grace when things feel heavy or when you need to breathe. That softness is so important, and giving grace and compassion to yourself is vital. But the truth is, if you want to achieve something meaningful, discipline has to stand alongside it. For me, discipline doesn't mean being harsh or rigid. It means showing up for myself, especially in the unseen hours when no one is watching. As I moved through my rehab exercises, I kept thinking how these quiet choices add up. They're not dramatic, they don't look like big stage moments, but they're the foundation that allows those moments to happen. So I've come to realise it's not one or the other. It's not only grace or only discipline. It's learning to hold both, to rest when your body asks for it, but also to honour the work when your goals call for it. And it's in that balance, those quiet, intentional mornings in an empty studio, where the real transformation takes place. I don't know why my camera does something weird when I'm like... Yes, my suitcase is a mess. I had a good time training this morning. It wasn't maybe as good as Sunday, but definitely still on the way up. So after a short break back at the hotel, I ran out to grab some lunch and I had this amazing acai bowl. This was literally right next to the theatre and trust me, it was absolutely delicious. You guys know my obsession with acai bowls. We then had a full run of the ballet, but there were some parts of the ballet that I wasn't in, so I spent some time improvising in the studio. I think this was quite an emotional time for me coming to the end of the season and realising I hadn't necessarily achieved the goals I was hoping to with my recovery. and sometimes words can't fully express what you're going through, and movement can. So this is my little expression of movement to kind of describe the feelings that were going on without being able to use words. This is where it's at, peeps. 1, 2, 3. Oh. I am grateful to be back on stage, but walk and rolls are tough. Watching everyone else dance is hard when you just so want to dance so bad. I just want my body to allow me to do it. That's the reality. But I'm not going to complain. I'm grateful I'm out here. That was my Siri. Wow, am I that alone? What on earth? Okay, tide rant over. Now time to get some rest in before we go to the next destination. Hello everybody, it is the next morning. Guess what? We are going on to our next destination, and wow, the rings are ringing. We're going to do a quick hotel room review. Sorry, my stuff is everywhere. That is the bed. It's a very small one, this one. It's a very small little hotel room, but it did the job, and I was only here 2 nights. Mini fridge, which did the trick. I can turn that off now. There's a kettle and some different bits and bobs in there. Obviously TV, didn't use it because I don't watch Japanese television. This was difficult, so you had this, but then there was actually nowhere to fully open your suitcase, so that was a little bit frustrating. This is quite cool. You had like an alarm. You could set an alarm on if you wanted to. You can turn all the lights off from here, which I really appreciated. And also this light here, you can control like how bright you wanted it. This one you can control, which was quite cool when you were like getting ready for bed. Bathroom was very basic, everything you needed. Overall, it did the trick. I would say in general, probably we've stayed in such nice hotels this whole time, so I would give it a 6. Yeah, 6 out of 10, because the other ones have been so nice, so I've been a bit spoiled, to be honest with you. But now we are going to Nagoya, and apparently the hotel there is really nice, so let's go see what that one's like. And we were once again off on the coach, this time to Nagoya. We actually stopped at a service station, which I thought was quite cool because it was quite different to the UK, of course. Lots of matcha absolutely everywhere. And there was, of course, a 7-Eleven with lots of melon pan, which are like these kind of sweet breads. I did try one when I was in Kyoto, and they're actually really nice. I was pretty tired on my way to Nagoya. I think my travels in Kyoto, if you haven't seen that vlog, is the last one before this one, so make sure to check out that. But I was pretty exhausted from all the travel and the adventures. Loved it. I did spend a couple of hours in the gym before going to dinner with Ariana, and we wanted to go to the sushi place, but there was like an hour-and-a-half wait, and I was like, I actually cannot wait that long for dinner. So we ended up getting our ticket for the line in the sushi bar. I went out and had my noodles, and then we headed to the sushi bar to get Ariana's dinner. I wish I'd waited because honestly this experience was so much fun. I didn't have a whole lot of sushi that night, but like literally ordering it and it coming straight to your table. I know that's kind of the point of a sushi bar, but I've never actually experienced one before. So this was just so much fun, and I super recommend if you're in Japan, you have to experience this. Make sure you head to a sushi bar restaurant.
So Japanese cheesecake.
It's a bit lemony.
It's lemony. Oh,
Not quite mine.
I'm not really a lemon fan.
No.
It's like got custard with it. No, we think no. Disappointing.
I'm not a pig expert, please disclaimer.
Okay guys, so we got 10 plates of sushi and cake and stuff, and it came to a grand total
£7.70.
£7.70, guys. What a bargain.
It's like a feast, I'm full.
Yeah,
I'm full.
we had to wait an hour and a half. I did have my noodles before. I should have trusted Ari and just had my sushi, but I couldn't wait. But next time, the wait time is annoying because you are going to have to wait like an hour, I think, every time. Yeah. I think maybe it depends on the time. If we went for lunch, maybe it would be less busy. Yeah. I feel like the evening rush.
Wow.
That was an experience. I enjoyed that. What was it called? Can't remember the restaurant name. Kura.
And it comes in like these
Kura
little cute
sushi.
plates.
Good morning, everybody. Wait, let me open my curtains. I started today nice and early. Finally edited. Editing out here has been a mission. I think it's just when you're traveling, there is so much you're taking in and you're like on survival mode a bit. Like, okay, where does my next meal come from? What is the plan for tomorrow? We've had quite a lot of free time here, so I've been trying to take advantage of it. But with that comes, like, I feel pressure. Like, I put pressure on myself to like make the most of my time here. Especially when we do have time, like the pressure to like use that time wisely, really intense. But then also when you travel and you're walking around everywhere all the time, you get really tired. Then looking at my, my online business and just how I've kind of neglected it for a few weeks, I'm like, man, I really need to get back onto that. But I want to experience and enjoy this. And I'm also planning another trip to the US, which is happening next week, which is crazy because I'm gonna go see Reagan. It's just like a lot to try and manage, and also trying to plan out my rehab for the next 5 weeks of summer break that we have, because I'm gonna have to rehab through the whole summer. So my brain just feels a little bit like it's exploding. I just organised all my bags this morning because my room was an absolute tip. Like, stuff was just everywhere. I was like, okay, I just need to organise my brain so that I can like move forwards and enjoy my day. Really want to try the souffle pancakes here in Japan before I leave, so we're gonna do that this afternoon. Just went to breakfast. It was amazing, but just so busy, and I was just like, I just need a morning without like lots of people around. I just need some quiet time, which I had yesterday, but I need a bit more because I'm an introvert. So I'm sorting myself out. The gym here is really nice. You do have to pay for it, unfortunately, but they do have a pool, and I went in it yesterday. It was so good to just do a full, 3-hour session for my rehab on my own and just really work. I'm gonna do another couple of hours this morning before, obviously, we have a rehearsal and a stage call this evening. We're gonna get all my stuff done this morning, and then I'm gonna go out in Nagoya and see a few things. So that's kind of the plan. Let's see how it goes. Feeling a little bit weary, a little bit tired, and my brain's a little bit full. So we'll see how the plan pans out. Okay, little shift in plans. I went to the gym and it was closed because they close it between 8 and midday, which is really annoying because it kind of splurged all my plans, but it's fine. We are adapting and overcoming. I actually finished my edit and got that uploaded, and I also started work on a course for this big thing I'm launching soon, which I just haven't had any time to do the last few weeks. So that was really good. There's a lot of work still to be done on it, but I'm not going to get overwhelmed. Now we're going to go out a little bit earlier than we planned, and then I'm going to come back and do my session when the gym's open before going to the theatre. That is the plan. Hopefully it works out this time.
Something happened when you walked out through my door. Can't imagine what my life was like before. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I'm a dreamer, but never dreamed of this.
feel like they're not cooked, no?
No, it's like eggy.
It's like a sweet omelette. Are they just like clouds? Wow.
This is
Had a lovely time this morning, got the pancakes. Souffle pancakes, wouldn't actually say is my favourite. Overrated in my opinion, just saying. I just did a 2-hour sesh in the gym and the pool. And now I've got to go and see physio and go for coaching, so...
Injury has this way of making you feel cut off from the world. It's not just the physical setback, it's the silence. The sense of being left behind while everyone else keeps moving forward. This past season I was still dancing, but it was behind a closed curtain. The audience couldn't see me, the applause wasn't there, and for someone who's trained their whole life to share their art on stage, that was heartbreaking. At first, I felt invisible, like all my effort was slipping into nothing. But with time I realised that this season wasn't wasted, it wasn't failure, it was preparation. Every hour spent in quiet dedication was shaping me, building patience, resilience, and a deeper strength that went far beyond steps and technique. What I thought was actually ending was the foundation for what's coming next. And now I want to celebrate that turning point with you. That's why I'm hosting a free Zoom class, not just to share lessons I learned through injury and recovery, but to give you a taste of something bigger I've been building behind the scenes. And I've been talking about it so much in the vlog. It's finally launching on the 29th of September, and it is the Make It Happen Academy. This academy is going to be a home for dancers, gymnasts, and anyone chasing big goals. It's where technique, strength, and artistry, mindset all come together. It's about creating not only strong bodies, but strong minds, giving you the tools to push through setbacks, refine your training, and keep moving forward even when life throws obstacles in your way. I don't want to spoil too much just yet, but think of the Zoom class as a celebration, a way for us to come together before the academy officially launches. And if you sign up for my email list, you'll also get special pre-launch privileges, early access, exclusive bonuses, and little behind-the-scene previews that I won't be sharing anywhere else. So if any of that resonates with you, if you've ever felt stuck, or if you're ready to take the next step in your journey, come and join me. Sign up for the free Zoom class on the 29th of September. Everything is in the description below.
Good morning everyone. It is our last day in Japan. How is it this quick?
And make sure you're on the email list so you don't miss out on what's coming next. I cannot wait to share it with you, and all the details are going to start to be released next week, so make sure you're signed up this week. For so long in this recovery, I wanted to have this fairy tale ending to the season, where I was back on stage, back on point, and everything was thriving. But to be honest, it was quite the opposite. I was still struggling with pain and swelling. My technique was nowhere where I wanted it to be, purely because my body wouldn't allow it. I wanted my comeback to be like a blockbuster, like the Rocky films, with the big, huge success at the end. But honestly, it was just disappointment after disappointment. But now, upon reflection, what I once saw as a disappointing ending, I now see as a hopeful beginning. Yes, this chapter may have had some rough edges, but my story still continues. This is not the end for me. It's really just a new beginning.
So we finished the last show of the season, and now we are heading to get some food. I did a 2-hour session of swimming and training back at the hotel. I can't actually film in there, so that's why you don't see any of it here. But it's quite good because it helps me focus. Oh, let's get past. Oh, is that Shakot? There's a Shakot here. Okay, maybe I'll visit that tomorrow. We went to the first sushi restaurant, the same one we went to a couple of days ago, but it was a 2-hour wait time. No, that's not happening.
So we were on the hunt for another sushi bar, hoping it might not be quite as long wait time, which we did actually find somewhere. It was like a little bit less wait time. We still had to grab our ticket and we went away. I went to Donkyu to grab some last few little souvenirs for my family and my friends before we flew back the next day. Of course, I had to get some more videos on the famous zebra crossings. Like, these zebra crossings are so iconic in Japan. There's so many of them everywhere and they are absolutely huge. And yes, we tried this second sushi restaurant. I think I might have preferred the first one. This one was really interactive with the screen. It was quite fun.
Oh, that came first.
Did we order that?
Yeah, we did. You were like, this looks...
You know what? I think I'm all right with chopsticks, but chopsticks and sushi are really difficult. So I was struggling a little bit. We got this other flavour, which was like pancetta and mozzarella, which is obviously not like a normal sushi flavour, but it actually was absolutely amazing because I don't personally like fish. This ramen was not great, but I personally don't like fish. So having, you know, different sushi options that don't involve fish was a big thumbs up for me.
They have this little station here where you can, with a bit of matcha, and you can make yourself a little green tea matcha while you eat. This is going to be fun. I think all the matchas are the bottom. Like grass.
Right up your screen. Grass.
I like a good bit of grass.
Grass.
Cucumber, salad leaf. So we got this. We got food critic here. What are we thinking?
It's very nice actually. It's very sweet.
It is sweet. Out of 10.
8.
And the sushi in general, in comparison to the last place.
Oh, in comparison to last place. I don't know, maybe it's equal.
I love the prosciutto one. That was fun to try.
Yes, there was more variety. I think.
More variety. Don't get the ramen. The ramen's not great. It is the day that we return to the UK. I mean, we won't be back today because it's a long travel because we leave here, well, we get chucked out the rooms like now, midday. We don't leave till 3:30 is the coach. Then we stop at a service station because the driver needs a rest. Then we get to Osaka. Then we wait till midnight to board our plane. Then we go to Dubai. Then we have a 3-hour layover in Dubai. And then we go home. Then I get trained back from Birmingham Airport. It's going to be quite a long journey, I'm not going to lie. But you know what time it is? It's time for hotel room review. To be honest, quite basic in this hotel. You also had to pay for the gym as well, which was a bit annoying. There's a fridge, so that's always a plus. The amenities are quite basic, quite simple. Like just your average kettle, a bit of coffee, no biscuits or anything, no extra little nuggets. TV, got some space here to put your things, and then the bathroom again. It's like nice, just very basic setup, very, very functional. I wouldn't say it's anything special, so I'm going to give it a solid, like, because the hotels here have been so good, it's like difficult to not pair. Like, I'm going to give it a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. I'm going to try and get to the gym, but I think we're checking out at midday and the gym opens at midday, there might not be a chance for me to do that. I'm going to find out. I really hope they let me in. Fingers crossed. Japan has been so much more than just a stop on tour. It's been a journey of learning about myself, my discipline, and the kind of artist and person I want to become. From finding ways to train in less than perfect circumstances, to being inspired by the culture, the beauty, and the history all around me.
Where were you when the lights went out, holding tight to all of the things that you love, all the things that you love?
So Ariana forgot to take her scissors out of her bag and she almost got arrested. So
this trip reminded me that growth doesn't just happen in the studio. It happens when you step outside your comfort zone, when you allow new experiences to shape you, and when you see challenges not as setbacks, but as stepping stones. And that's exactly what I want to bring to the Make It Happen Academy, a place where you can learn, grow, and push yourself forwards, even when the circumstances aren't perfect. Don't forget, we've got a free Zoom class coming up on the 29th of September to celebrate the launch, so make sure you're signed up to my email list for early access and special pre-launch privileges. I'll carry everything I've learnt here in Japan with me, but the journey doesn't stop here. Next week, I'll be sharing my America vlogs, and I can't wait to take you along for that adventure too. Make sure to comment this emoji if you made it all the way to the end. Yes, this chapter may be closing, but the story keeps unfolding, and I promise, the best is still ahead.
We love all the things that we love. The worst is gone. We get a second, start moving on with a patched up heart. Now to rebuild all of the things that we love, all the things that we love.